One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors, said by a man whose work is still celebrated even 2300 years after his death. Plato was born in 427 BC in an aristocratic Athenian family. He gave philosophy in response to certain events which happened in Greece of those days. These events proved of a far-reaching importance on Plato's mind. The first of these events was the betrayal of Athenian democracy by the politicians and the defeat of Athenian democracy at the hands of Spartan oligarchy in the Peloponnesian War. Thereafter, the oligarchic rule of 30 was established in Athens that turned out to be very tyrannical. This was the second event that disappointed Plato. The third and final event was the execution of his teacher Socrates on trumped-up charges of dishonoring the gods of Athens and corrupting the youth. By the way, the term corrupting the youth is also used today to punish people who think and behave differently from the certain society. For instance, 19-year-old Iranian Fatma Khishwand has been jailed for 10 years on multiple charges, and one of the charges was of corrupting the youth. Plato described the execution of Socrates as the greatest sin against philosophy. He was so much depressed regarding the death of his teacher Socrates that he said, "Tyranny naturally arises out of democracy." Following Socrates' execution, Plato spent 12 years traveling around the world and studying with other philosophers of that time. Around 387 BC, the 40-year-old Plato returned to Athens and founded his philosophical school, the Academy, the world's first university, and in it he trained his greatest student, the equally influential philosopher Aristotle. You would have certainly known that Socrates is a teacher of Plato, who is a teacher of Aristotle, who is a teacher of Alexander the Not Great. In his most famous work, The Republic, he envisioned a civilization governed by a pure wisdom of a philosopher king, which is obviously you and I won't agree, because history has taught us that when the ruler like Lenin, Stalin, Mao, Hitler, etc. become omnipotent, they become butchers come rulers. In his Republic, there is an interesting insight of the allegory of the cave, whereby he enunciated theory of forms by stating that the physical world we know is a shadow of the real one. All of the Plato's surviving writings are in dialogue form, with the character of Socrates appearing in all of them. His 36 dialogues are generally ordered into early, middle, and late, though their chronology is determined by style and content rather than specific dates. The earliest of Plato's dialogue offer a deep exploration of Socrates' dialectic methods of breaking down and analyzing ideas and presumptions. In the middle dialogues, Plato explained his individual ideas and beliefs. Plato's late dialogues are exploration of specific topics. The Timaeus explains a cosmology intertwined with geometry. In the Laws, which is his final dialogue, Plato retreats from the pure theory of republic, suggesting that experience and history as well as wisdom can inform the running of an ideal state. The renowned British philosopher Alfred North Whitehead once commented on Plato's thought, "The safest general characterization of the European philosophical tradition is that it consists of a series of footnotes to Plato." Aristotle arrived from northern Greece to join the academy at the age of 17, studying and teaching there for the last 20 years of Plato's life. Plato died in 347 BC in Athens and was buried on academy ground.